Do you ever feel like you are stuck in the middle when trying to get dressed? Like if you look too trendy, then it looks like you're trying too hard, or if you look too classic, it might be too frumpy. Well, if you're in your 50s and you've ever stood in your closet and thought that very same thing, what is age appropriate for me? This video is 100% for you. Hi, friends. I'm Michelle. I spent years working in retail, helping women just like you in the fitting rooms put outfits together and curate a wardrobe that would work for them, that they felt confident in, that they looked their best in. And I promise you can look great at any age without feeling overdone or outdated. I think so many women in their 50s struggle with this because it feels like fashion pushes us to two opposite ends. Either things are super trendy or super dowdy, and like there's no middle ground there. But there is a sweet spot for modern, chic, current dressed women in their 50s. And today I'm going to show you how to build outfits to create that style. Tip number one, focus on silhouettes and not age. I believe that, I know I have anyway, struggled with this, especially when I've been at a weight that I was not comfortable in. When I had about 20 pounds to lose, I would look for, literally, I would look for long tunics. I would look for things that just really camouflaged and hid my midsection because I was so insecure about that I wasn't looking at silhouettes. I was looking at whatever didn't have a waistband, whatever was just going to hide that area and that I could feel comfortable in. And that's really not the best way to shop. It's not the best way to dress. We need to focus on how the fabric lays on our body. And this is going to be different for everybody because we all have different proportions, we have different likes and styles and such. But I want to share with you some silhouettes that are, for the most part, complementary on women in their 50s. Let's start with a slim straight jean. This is very flattering on almost all body types. Now, when I say a slim straight jean, I'm not insinuating that you should not wear wide leg, that you should not wear flare leg. No, 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 no. I'm just giving you some examples of what tends to be a flattering silhouette on women that are about my age. I'm 59. So this is a silhouette that works really great. Now, it can be a straight leg, which is fine. It can be a slim straight leg, which is fine. So whatever you prefer, but this style just seems to complement our shape and our figure. And what's great about styles and silhouettes is that it doesn't have to be very expensive. It doesn't have to be something that's going to be low quality, that's going to fall apart. There are so many variations of the silhouettes I'm going to go over with you at every price point. So there is something for everybody. Now, that being said, I'm going to have everything listed that I'm talking through down in the description box, as well as pinned to the top comment. I may not show you every single item. For instance, for slim or straight jeans, I've got my top 4 or 5 favorite listed down there for you to check out. But I'm not going to take the time to show every single one on here. We'd be here all day long. But I can tell you this, everything that is listed in the description box below and pinned to the top comment, I own. I personally know how it fits. I have worn it, and so I can speak to the quality and the versatility, the sizing, because I own all of these pieces. So if you have a question about any of them, about sizing, anything, please feel free to ask. You can ask me in the comments. You can ask me through an email, whichever way you are most comfortable. I am here to answer your questions. Another silhouette that's very flattering for women our age is a soft, sort of structured top or blazer or cardigan, whatever you would like. But when it's that soft looking, not like the oversized grandpa cardigan, not that look, but when it's more structured, when it has soft lines, but it is it just looks a little bit more put together. Another silhouette is when we have a V-neck on or a button-up top that shows a little bit of skin right here. Now, again, please know I'm not telling you you should never wear crew necks. Not at all. I'm just giving you some ideas of what's flattering. So, and it's funny because when I was sort of doing my research on this video, everything that I was discovering along the way, it sort of pointed towards certain brands. I was thinking of certain brands when I was putting the list together. For instance, if you're not familiar, Frank and Eileen, that's one of my favorites. They're very splurgy. They are expensive, amazing quality. It's slow fashion. It does not go out of style. They have the same things on the website year after year after year because they last, they're good quality, and they're just timeless, you know. But I was thinking of the Frank and Eileen pieces when I was thinking of the V-neck and where the button-up hits. Frank and Eileen is really careful about button placement on their tops. So the very first, okay, so you have a collar, and then the very first button to fasten is right here. It's not here, it's right here. And the whole purpose of that is because women our age, sometimes it feels more warm, it feels more open, it feels more inviting, it feels more just flattering, I guess. So I know that they specifically target that button placement for the very reason that we're talking about today. So that's just one example. Another silhouette that really complements our figure and our age and our lifestyle is a midi length. It could be a skirt or a dress that just sort of skims the body. It's just elegant looking, and I find that when I find the right dress that does this, first of all, it'll come in at the waist. It'll come in, you know, right here, the smallest part, you know, a little bit above the waist actually, and then sort of flare out a little bit, not a big poofy flare, but just like a gentle, you know, silhouette. To me, that is most flattering on almost everybody because, first of all, it sort of camouflages the areas that we want camouflage, like the tummy, and it highlights the areas that are usually the smallest on our body, which is right here, and so it just works. It's such a great silhouette for so many women. Now, where silhouettes can go wrong is when they tend to be in one extreme or the other. For instance, if something is too oversized and it's just swallowing you, you can look like you're drowning in it and like it's just a big blob. On the opposite end of the spectrum, if you're trying to wear something that's too bodycon, that's too huggy and close, sometimes that can look like we're trying too hard, maybe to look younger. Not in every case, but it's a matter of what you're comfortable with. I have a dress that I bought recently. It's a cashmere cotton ribbed sweater dress. And I've actually shown it here on YouTube before, and I've had many compliments. You all tell me it looks so good, but honestly, just for me, and it's just me, I don't feel very comfortable in it. I feel like I'm constantly conscious of my stomach area and that maybe it's too tight across the booty. I don't know, but that goes back to what we always say, and that is, you do you. You do what works for you. Just because you can wear a bodycon dress, maybe you have the body for it, doesn't always mean that you should if you're not comfortable in it, because the most important thing is for you to do you, for you to feel comfortable, for you to feel confident, for you to feel good in what you're putting on. So those are kind of the overwhelming extremes that I try to watch out for. Tip number 2, add one modern element. It doesn't have to be a lot of trend. It doesn't have to be simply blah and boring. I like to dress simple. I like simple styles, simple silhouettes, nothing loud, nothing too bold. Not that that's not great on other people, but for me, this is what I like. And then I like to add just a little bit of trend to my look. So I'm going to show you a few little examples of what that looks like. So if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt, which I intentionally am wearing today because I wanted to show you a few things. So I have on slim straight jeans, I have on a long sleeve plain tee, and yeah, simple jewelry because I wanted to be able to demonstrate a few things. So the first thing is that's just an idea of how you can pop trends into your wardrobe is with a trendy sneaker. So instead of like an old style that you've had for a long time, that's kind of just not current looking, but it's comfortable, instead opt for a more current sleek sneaker. So what's really popular today is they call it the low profile. So it just sort of is lower here and it's narrow right here and it just looks sleek and simple. These are cool. I love these shoes. And it's just, I'm telling you what, literally if you have a pair of jeans and a long sleeve t-shirt on and you have old clunky shoes, old clunky sneakers, and you swap them out for current modern sneakers, instantly updates your look. Another easy, simple way to just update your look is to carry a current, modern style handbag. I know a lot of us we don't really think about it. We just grab and go and we keep the same handbag that we've had, for 6 months now. And it doesn't go with outfits. It's just what we're used to. But if you put a little bit of intentionality in it, I promise you it changes the look. I'm just going to show you a few examples of some softly structured bags. You don't have to get this one. This is just an example of how going from maybe like an oversized, not structured bag to something that just has a little bit of structure to it to add that extra modern element to your look. Updated denim is another really biggie. I know for myself that I can get comfortable with a pair of jeans and I just don't want to get rid of them, even though they're not in style. And I'm not telling you to wear them, wherever you want, if it's just at home or while you're traveling, whatever works for you, but have modern silhouette denim in your wardrobe. It is a game changer, I promise you. For instance, if I were to now, okay, skinny jeans are supposedly making a comeback, but if I were to put on skinny jeans, they would look ridiculous on me, first of all. But it just doesn't complement the silhouette's not good for me. It's outdated. It's an outdated look for me. So you decide what is going to work, a modern denim silhouette for you, and it will be a game changer. And the next one is a structured cardigan or jacket, a soft structured cardigan or jacket. I'm going to give you a little idea of what not to wear and then an example of what to wear. And again, it doesn't have to be these specific pieces, but you'll get the idea. So this is sort of like that oversized grandpa sweater that is so comfortable and so cozy and just, it just is. But look at it. It overwhelms me and it's just blah. There's nothing special. It's just, I don't know. It's not, we need a little bit of structure with our cardigans and our jackets, but not, when I say structure, I don't mean boxy and that kind of thing. So here is an example of one that's more fitted, that suits my body shape, my size. I don't feel overwhelmed in this cardigan. I feel like it fits the way it's supposed to fit. I don't have a lot of extra drapey fabric. It has the collar and the zip and it fits the way that it's supposed to do, and it looks so much better. It's so much more modern than the big oversized one. So just a little, demonstration of what I'm talking about. I have another one I want to show you. It's really cute. And this one is actually a button-up top, but it's oversized on me, and I knew that when I ordered it. But I love the silhouette of it. And even though, this is why I want to show it to you, even though it's oversized, it doesn't swallow me. So it's a button up. It's a sweatshirt material, and it's a button up with a collar. And I feel like me wearing this as a jacket, it's soft, but it has a little bit of structure to it, and I don't feel so overwhelmed like I did with the first one that I showed you. I hope that's okay that I did that. And look, if you have a cardigan like the first one, you do you. If you want to wear it, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you a few little tips that'll help us to look a little bit more modern and current at this age and stage of our life. Tip number 3 is update the basics that you like to wear on repeat year after year, because sometimes they can lose their shape, maybe they're not quite as bright in color anymore, and you want to have the pieces, the foundational pieces that you like to wear, fresh and current. This is this year's long sleeve basic crew neck tee, and it's in good shape, the color is still good, and it's worth, to me, it's worth paying a little bit more on those basic pieces because they're going to last longer, they're going to look better, they're going to fit my body type. Okay, for instance, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm a petite girl, I'm 5'0", and I could go get a basic tee from Target or Walmart. Not that there's anything wrong with Target and Walmart, but for me, it's not going to fit if it's not petite. And so the sleeves on this one are great. If I go and buy a less expensive version of this look, maybe at one of those places, the sleeves are going to be too long. It's just not going to work. So make sure that your basics are working for you and that they are updated and they are current and you feel good in them. Tip number 4 is to wear colors that flatter you. We are all different. We have different skin tones. We have different preferences. And don't give way to colors that maybe are on trend and you think you need to be, updated. I'll use myself as a bad example. So last year, it seemed like the color that everybody was talking about and wearing was butter yellow. Well, I don't think I look good in yellow. If you hold it up to my face, I don't know, I look weird. It doesn't complement my skin tone, but it was everywhere. And so I told myself, okay, you gotta buy something butter yellow. But let me tell you how I kind of worked it in, but I ended up not wearing the sweater all that much. I got a V-neck sweater and I ended up wearing it over things so that, like, let's say I had a denim shirt underneath it or a white button down. So what was closest to my face was not the yellow. It was more of the collar. I also would throw it over my shoulders as like a secondary color instead of like the primary color that I was wearing. And I did that sometimes because I wanted to, participate and be a part of what was in. But honestly, yellow's not my color. So stick to what works for you and you'll feel so much more comfortable. Tip number 5, accessories make an outfit. They really do. I mean, think if I had nothing, no necklace, no earrings, no watch, it would look so blah. So where you can and where you feel comfortable, add accessories. So for instance, this is my everyday necklace. It has my initial on it. I wear it every day. You may not like initial necklaces, you may like this one, but you do you, what you're most comfortable with. Some people can't stand to have something on their neck, and that's fine. But accessorize another way. I love to wear like a bracelet stack. The caviar bracelet stack from Lagos. I love this. Now, do you need to do a bracelet stack? No. Maybe you just like to wear one bracelet. That's fine. I have a friend who designed this bracelet stack, and it's so cute. So it has 2 colors. It has a pink and a blue, and then it has 3 gold, and you're supposed to wear them all together, and this is really cute. It's not my style all the time, but when I'm kind of feeling like a little want something extra, I'll reach for something like this, and it just adds a little pop to my outfit. But find something that suits you. I personally love hoops. I wear small hoops almost every day. I love pearls. I love stud diamonds. And every once in a while, I'll wear like a bigger earring or something. But for the most part, what I like and what I feel comfortable in is just something small like this. All right, so keeping accessories current and modern, think about the current, like we talked about, the current style of sneaker or loafer. Well, you know what? I say that. The loafers that I have and wear a lot are, I've had them for like 4 years and they're still in style and they're still in great shape. So find styles that work for you that are still very current looking and modern that you feel good about wearing. And then we talked about, the structured crossbody. That's another look that can instantly sort of elevate your outfit. My goal was to give you ideas of how to do this, but you do you. You pick things that work for you. And if you feel more comfortable in it, you'll wear it and you'll look more confident and more modern. I hope so much you've enjoyed today's video and that you found value in it. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear back from you. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please tap the subscribe button so that you don't miss upcoming videos and we can stay in touch with each other. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. It just means so much to me. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you here soon on YouTube. Bye.